Hello, I'm Max Edelstein, and the topic of my presentation is the role of emergency management in planning and mitigating climate change and sea level rise. Climate change is the natural change in average global temperatures, precipitation, wind, and other natural elements over a long period of time. Climate change is a natural process, but due to human activities, the rate at which the temperatures are rising has increased significantly. Since 1800, a 1.1 degrees Celsius increase has occurred. Some causes of the climate increase include the release of fossil fuel emissions, deforestation, and food and livestock production. Effects of climate change include increasing temperatures, increasing storm intensity and frequency, rising sea levels, drought and fire risk, threats to human health and disease patterns, and the loss of biodiversity. Climate change has a big effect on sea levels, which increase average land and water temperatures, as well as creating thermal expansion. The warmed waters melt glaciers at a much faster rate and prohibit them from refreezing to their original size in the winter months. This adds much more water to the ocean and stresses wildlife in the process. Since 1800, the sea level has risen 8 to 9 inches and will continue to increase in the future. The role of emergency management and planning is to develop executable strategic, operational, and tactical approaches to meet defined objectives. The four approaches to the planning process include preparedness, mitigation, response, and recovery. Planning strategies include assessing the risk of flooding in low-lying areas, as well as coastal communities. Intergovernmental cooperation is a large part of the planning process as well. Hazard mitigation is defined by FEMA as reducing or eliminating potential losses by breaking the cycle of damage, reconstruction, and repeated damage. Some hazard mitigation strategies to combat rising sea levels include regulation of carbon emissions and fossil fuels. Another is using governmental power to enforce laws prohibiting certain actions that increase the effects of climate change. Building up cities along the coast and elevating their roads higher up from sea level, as well as erecting seawalls and levees, can lead to short-term answers for very high-risk flood areas. Having updated flood plans is another strategy of mitigation. And an action of last resort would be to relocate people and businesses out of high-risk flood areas. Thank you for listening, and for more information, please refer to my sources provided.